M.bison is Street Fighter's favorite dictator, leader of the Shadowloo terrorist organization, and the main villain in the Street Fighter series. He's a psychotic villain with plans of world domination and human control. He's also an enemy to most of the Street Fighter roster. He has proven to be the villain of the series that never dies. Or has he? Are we just seeing copies of Bison? Using technology and philosophy, we will find out why he is dead and prove that his existence is just a mere illusion of his former self. We will also see interesting facts on his character's persona. You're welcome to watch this and more on this episode of the Street Fighterverse. Welcome to the center stage. One of the main reasons for Bison's death lies in the multiple times his body has been destroyed. We can go back to Street Fighter II Turbo, when Akuma was the newcomer to the series. M.Bison's plan was to lure Akuma into the Street Fighter tournament, with ends of capturing and controlling Akuma's power. As you might expect, that really did not end up well for Bison. M.Bison got his soul literally kicked out of him when Akuma used his Raging Demon attack, destroying him in battle. Akuma's Raging Demon technique feeds off the soul of the person it attacks, based on the severity of the opponent's sins. It wasn't really explained who won the Street Fighter tournament that time. Another instance we can see in the Street Fighter Alpha series is when Bison gets destroyed in almost all the endings of the series. For example, Charlie risked his life to hold Bison under the exploding Shadowloo base. The explosion destroyed M.Bison's body. M.Bison's body in the Alpha series was a new body design, which was more capable of withholding Bison's psycho power, since a simple human body could not contain his level of power, which was very different from the last body he had in the Street Fighter II series. That body was thinner and less bulky. In the Alpha 3 series, M.Bison fights Ryu to the point of full possession of Ryu's soul and body. Retaliating with his Hado, Ryu counters M.Bison's psycho power and defeats him, destroying M.Bison's body in combat, and M.Bison falling once again on his evil endeavors. Most of the endings of different Street Fighter characters had the same outcome in the Alpha series. This brings me to my other point, in which he is completely dead. His soul is escaping his body. To talk more about the soul of M.Bison, I will direct my points toward the Buddhist philosophy and religion. In Buddhism, the cycle of death and rebirth is called samsara. Samsara is known to be the effect when someone dies and their energy passes onto another form. This energy gives way to the rebirth of something new, like for example, an animal or even a human being. You see, your old self is no longer in the same plane of existence. In the doctrine of impermanence, anicca, the absence of an abiding self, Buddhists believe that nothing is permanent and everything is in constant change. That's why everlasting souls or eternal gods do not exist. Which brings us back to my main point. Once you're dead, it's over. The energy that was molded into the existence you knew changed, and it changed into something completely different. So, by that premise, when Bison dies the first time, he dies and ceases to exist. In other religions, such as the Judeo-Christian religion, when a person dies, its soul leaves the plane of existence and ends up in another plane of existence which we know as heaven. The person that dies leaves the body on earth, but the soul travels to another plane of existence. When M.Bison died the first time, based on Judeo-Christian beliefs, he would have been in heaven, not even in the same dimension as where the Street Fighter universe is in. In Hinduism, when a person dies, their soul is reborn in a different body with a new life. We can also see that technology and science holds a strong position in M.Bison's repetitive deaths, for his research team in the Shadowloo headquarters have worked towards this rebirth. The Shadaloo scientists have at their disposal cutting-edge technologies that for some reason try to keep the image of M.bison alive. One of the artifacts they use is a machine called the Psycho Drive. This machine was made by the Shadaloo genetic engineering team to develop a capable body that can withstand the strength of the Psycho Power. M.bison's Psycho Power in definition is evil and negative energy, in which he uses to have superhuman strength. This machine can then feed Bison's soul data into his new body, thus creating a new version of Bison. After his death, they uploaded all of his memories, data, and information in some sort of cloud, in which they used to infuse the body they created. Which brings us to believe that Bison's scientific team might be creating copies of a highly advanced artificial intelligence version of him. Shadaloo scientists can also brainwash people into doing Bison bidding, and use them as recipients for Bison's soul. A great example of this is how he used the dolls for his bidding. The dolls are Bison's elite female team of controlled assassins and bodyguards that were kidnapped from different parts of the world, which is kind of creepy if you ask me. The type of technology the Shadaloo might have used could be similar like the type of technology Elon Musk's Neuralink company might be developing, or something similar to the Arasaka biochip found in the Cyberpunk series, which mixes Johnny Silverhand's mind with V's mind. Which brings me to the point that they are all copies of the original life form of Bison. All these assumptions based on our worldly human existence would make Mr. Bison completely dead. By using the means of technology, philosophy, and religion, we understand that life has an ending, that the first recipient of Bison ceased to exist a long time ago, and what we are seeing in the Street Fighter series is just mere copies of Bison. I personally think it would be a great idea from Capcom to put in the backseat the revival of M.bison's story, and give it a proper rest. This would open paths for newer creative ways of developing stories for the franchise. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the character, but it's good from time to time to see new things. Also, I wouldn't mind if they add him on the Street Fighter 6 roster as Phantom Bison, which is the form he takes when his body is destroyed. What do you think about Bison? Do you agree with the idea that he is completely dead? Would you like to see more of the M.bison character in future comics or video game releases? Let us know in the comments section below. Be sure to hit subscribe and click on that notification bell to stay up to date of our new releases. Thank you for watching. This has been your Street Fighter Verse host. Welcome to the center stage.